Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman, and this is my first show of 2026. It's hard to believe it's already 2026. I want to welcome you wherever you're watching from, or if you're watching the replay or listening on an audio platform. But we are streaming live right now on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and X. So thank you so much for being here. I'm very grateful. Oh, let's see here. I want to say hello to Patty and Laura and Richard and Carol Ann. Hello, Carol Ann. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. And Jan. Carol Ann. I got Jan down already. Please hit the like, the doggy co-host, yes. Please hit the like or the thumbs up button. Please share the show or the show information. Very grateful for that. If you are here, please say hello like these lovely people did in the comments. I invite you to check out my website, ruthsoltman.com. It's RUTH S as in Sam, O, L, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy.com. You can go to my website and find out all the information about my books and my oracle cards and services. So if you recall, several months ago, I spent a lot of time revamping my website. And then after it went live, like before the holidays and stuff. Shh, Maggie, knock it off. And once I saw it up and I was looking through it, I didn't like it. So I'm redoing some of the pages. So that'll be coming soon. If you haven't already, please come and join Goldylocks Productions on Telegram. We have a group over there. It's an amazing group. And it's really great because we can share a lot of information there that you might not see elsewhere on social media. And it is by invitation only. And the link is in the show description, the show information. So check that out. Come and join us. It was a great way to stay in touch with people when we, had our holidays break. And also, Goldylocks Productions has an online store where you can get some great merchandise. I'm going to say I highly doubt they're having a sale right now just because it's right after the holidays. But, if they are, Tiffany, just put that up there. We also have the Energized Oracle cards, too, that Goldylocks Productions designed. And they have messages from all the different show hosts. So if you get yourself a deck of those cards, you pull one every day, you get a different message from a different show host. Or you could get a week's worth of messages from the same. Just depends on how they come up. If you feel so moved, you can give a donation or a tip via my Venmo or Rumble Rant on Rumble. Know that your tips and donations are very graciously and gratefully accepted, and they do help me to cover the cost of my show every month. Jan, I want to thank you very much for your generous donation. I did receive that. So when I do messages, you will be first on the list tonight. And after any donations, Patty will be first. Will be next because she is the birthday girl. Happy birthday, Patty. I was just going to say that. I want to wish you a very happy birthday. And to anyone else who is having a birthday this week, enjoy your special day. I had several friends and family members who are on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, I would think, maybe sometimes when you celebrate your birthdays on those days, that it might not seem, maybe it's not treated as special because of the other holidays. I don't know. But happy birthday to all of you who were. Let's send out some love, light, prayers, and healing to Robin McGuire and her son, Carol Ann Carey's daughter Carrie, and Carol Ann's sister Ginny, Maureen, Brandon, Jamie, Heidi, William, Tommy, Josh, Harley, Patty, Sarah, and her family, Jamie, Patricia, Melissa Parks and her family, Devin, Jill and Roy, Laura and her husband, Tiffany, George and their family, Carol, Susan, Bob, and to all those who are in need or need a little extra right now. So if I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the last several months, this dog has not made a sound during my show. And now she's being super annoying, so I do apologize. Maggie. Remember that we have shows Sunday through Friday and a couple Saturdays a month, 8 p.m. in the evening. But we do have a few during the day as well. Laura Ramiro's Angels and Healing Light is 2 Tuesdays a month at 11 a.m. Eastern. Maggie, shh. Here. Marsha's new podcast, audio podcast, The Mile, is on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. And her show today, Laura Ramiro was her special guest. It was an amazing show. So as soon as it's edited and Tiffany puts it up, you guys check it out if you weren't, listening today. And Thursdays we have A-Lift's Musical Life at 1 p.m. Eastern. I think that's wrong. I think that's at 12 p.m. Eastern. But she is actually on a break right now, and she will be back in February. And for those of you who don't know, tomorrow we have a new show starting at 4 p.m. Eastern. Soul Coaching with host Joanne Leo. Now, you may remember Joanne Leo. She's been a special guest on Carol Ann Carey's show many times. So check that out tomorrow. That's pretty exciting. So we get Joanne Leo and Carol Ann Carey on the same day. That's pretty cool. If you haven't become a Goldylocks VIP, go ahead and do that. Because, you're doing it for yourself. For less than the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can be a VIP. There's a special VIP show a couple times a month as well. Hi, Dottie. Nice to see you out there. Hi, Richard. Oh, I said you already, didn't I? I was thinking I said Robert. So check that out because the VIP show is a lot of fun. So welcome to 2026. It's kind of crazy to think about it. So you know how we've been talking about how weird the time is passing. So I was just chilling the other day. A lot of times when I do that and I'm just kind of relaxing, stuff pops into my head. So I had this thought that came to me. Have any of you ever watched like soap operas? They just call them soaps now, but back in the day they called them soap operas, like General Hospital, As the World Turns, Young and the Restless. The time that we are experiencing is like the time in a soap opera. One day it's Christmas Eve, or the day after Christmas. The next day you tune into the next episode. It was New Year's Eve. Okay, that's how we've been experiencing time. Sometimes, it'll be a Monday on the show. 2 weeks later, it's still that same Monday. And that's the kind of time we have been experiencing. But I just thought it was really kind of funny. And, people age very quickly on shows if they're children. The adults don't, but the children do. They can be born in 2020 and 3 years later, they're in like middle school. It's crazy. But that's kind of how I feel like time has been for me. And it's not even about like losing track of time. Yesterday, I was hanging out with my Jackson. He's my 2-year-old grandson. And we were just playing and doing stuff. He got some really awesome toys for Christmas that he's really excited about. And so we were playing. And it was like 9:30 in the morning. And then a little while later, it felt like a very short time, he goes in the kitchen and brings me a loaf of bread. I'm like, are you hungry? And I looked at the clock and it was noon. It was 12 o'clock. He was wanting lunch. So it's just kind of crazy how the time has been. But really, in all of reality, there is no such thing as time. There's only now. We just, we create these clocks and stuff to manipulate time, I guess you could say. So did anybody else do any reflecting on 2025? If you did, please share. And so what did you find when you did that reflecting? What did you learn in 2025? So for me, it was a year of truths being revealed. Lots and lots of truths, on a personal level, on a state level, on a worldly level, just so much stuff. It was also a time of healing and letting go. We're letting go of the things that no longer serve us or serve me. It was a time to shed our stuff and get to the core of who we are. Now, I know if you reflect a little bit on 2025, I think you'll agree that much truth was revealed. Things that were once called conspiracy theories, those things had some light shed on them, and some truth popped out. Some truth was revealed. In our personal lives, we're remembering more. We're remembering things from the past, that maybe things that were very happy memories for us, maybe things that are coming up to be healed, and they're kind of irritating us and scratching at the surface. I think we've been remembering more about who we really are and why we are here. Remember that was the year of the snake. Maggie, back it off. And that's what snakes do. They shed their skin. Now in mid-February, we're going to be moving into the year of the horse. Okay? And we'll build up momentum. And we're going to move forward. Things will move fast. Instead of thinking about it, you'll be doing it. You'll be moving into it. So if you still have some healing to do or some stuff to let go of, you still have a little bit of time before we move into the year of the horse. Now, one of my Facebook friends, her name is Sohelia, she posted about about 2026. And I thought her post was really cool because it says a lot of the same thing, but in a different way. So I think it kind of will resonate with pretty much everybody. Okay, so here's what she said. She said, 2026, she posted this on December 29th. 2026 is creeping up on us, and it's going to be a pivotal year. Hello, Linnell. Let me write your name down. We anchor in the change. The change we've been sensing in tiny increments in 2025. Little flashes of what's to come. We've had a taste of it. And, I can remember saying that on my show, that you could feel change coming, but no specifics on exactly what it is. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you. I hope you're feeling better. We've also had delays, setbacks, and plot twists that have unfolded in 2025. And we can all attest to that. To help us really embody the lessons and the closure of the past 9-year cycle, and allowing us to mentally tie things up in a bow. So all these things have had to happen the way that they did for us to get rid of it, right? to shed it, to peel it away. The seeds have been planted and things start to sprout in 2026. January will move very fast due to 11 planetary conjunctions. Okay, let's see. The end of February sets all of us free in some way. Oh, that's interesting. April moves Uranus out of Taurus for good, and a revolutionary yet unsteady cycle that's been unfolding for you since 2018 comes to a close. So we're getting all of this closure, and we're getting all of this shedding. June and July are also super significant months as the eclipse nodes shift into Leo and Aquarius, right as Jupiter enters Leo also. She says, I like this for us too. We start thinking bigger picture and get way more centered and clear on what actually matters to us deep in our hearts. 2025 was a year number 9 in numerology, the end of an era. Think back to 9 years ago for you. What were you doing? What life cycles were you closing out? I'm going to have to sit and think about that tonight because that's really a good question. Robin says, I'm listening while I work. 2025 was a release for me. The truth about a lot of things in my life came up for me to let go of. That's so awesome. Linnell says she's driving in the snow but listening to the show. Love you guys. We love you too, Linnell. So she says she says it's also the year of the snake, the 9 year of the snake, representing closing out cycles, shedding old skin, completion. So just think about all that, how it applies to you in your life. 2026 is the year of the horse, representing very different themes. Momentum, breaking free, going for it. In numerology, it's a year number 1, a fresh cycle, a new beginning, the ability to start again. Astrologically, we have many transits next year that honor the same meanings as the symbolism in numerology. Let's see. Neptune also moves into Aries, ushering new dreams, new spiritual belief systems. Let's see. The lunar nodes move mid-year, June, July, into Leo and Aquarius, gifting us with big picture thinking and releasing blocks of the heart. I think for a while, a lot of us has kind of had that, short-sighted, where we couldn't see that far. But now that all this stuff is clearing away, we're going to be able to see the bigger picture. We will have new eclipse cycles, Uranus leaving Taurus into Gemini. All the outer moving planets will settle permanently into their new home signs in 2026, bringing us out of decades of earth and water activations into fire and air. This means a significant change to your inner and outer worlds. So all these things that we've been working on, all these seeds that we have been planting, they are going to bloom in 2026. Things will happen quickly. Life will look and feel different internally and externally as the year progresses. So think of all the things, all the ideas, the patterns that you have been releasing. Think of all the things and ideas and patterns that you have been thinking about. Maybe thinking about changing them or improving them, making some kinds of improvements. Maybe even just doing something completely different and new. Once the horse comes in, there's no more thinking. There is only doing. Moving forward with great momentum. Doors will be opening because now we are ready. So this is like so stinking exciting. So all these things that we have been thinking about, and I know I have done this a lot this year. I would think I would like to do this or plan on that or create this or that. But I kind of felt not like I was really like stuck where I like mentally or anything, but it just never worked out at that time for me to do those things. And now I can see why, that it wasn't the right time. So think of some things that you have let go of or things that you were working on in 2025 and different things that you want to change, because all of that is coming now in 2026. Now remember, the year of the horse doesn't start until the middle of February. I believe it's the 17th. So keep that in mind. We still have several weeks that we can get rid of anything else that we need to get rid of. So I don't watch the news. Stuff I pick up stuff here and there. But I saw something really interesting on Instagram. It was over the break. And it was called Walking for Peace. Walking for Peace. Now, I don't know if anybody else has heard of this, but I want to tell you about this. It's pretty cool. Right now, 19 Buddhist monks and Aloka, the rescue dog, are walking 2,300 miles across America. They started October 26th from Fort Worth, Texas, and will reach Washington, D.C. on February 13th, 2026. It says, when monks leave their temple, it often means something big is happening they're warning us about. As their spiritual leader said, as this nation faces challenges of division, mental health crises, and conflict both at home and abroad, this pilgrimage offers a simple yet profound message. Their message says, we walk not with hurry, but with awareness. Let us walk with open hearts, with respect for every life, every path, every faith. May every footprint we leave behind bloom into flowers of peace. When they reach Washington, D.C., they'll deliver a message of healing and unity to the nation. This is a testament to what's possible when we choose compassion over division. And I thought the whole concept was just so beautiful. Good night, Richard. Have a great night at work. And so I watched more videos and I was reading more about it. And some of them are barefoot. People are lining up to see them come through their cities. People are giving them food. People are giving them water, flowers. People are walking with them. People are praying with them. It was pretty amazing. So can you just imagine the energy that, is coming with them and moving through these areas? It's a beautiful thing. So check that out if you haven't, because they've got some really cool videos. They were talking about the dog. They're all just in love with that dog. It was a rescue dog that they came to them or they found or whatever in India. He's been hit by a car. He's been very ill, a lot of different things, but they try to put him in a vehicle and he won't go. He wants to walk with them. So that's pretty amazing. And they talked about how much this dog inspired them as well. So that's pretty cool. So I wanted to share that because I thought it was just such a beautiful thing for people to do. So I have to tell you, okay. Oh, I have to show you this first. I forgot. This, right before the break. Oh yeah, it was my Christmas show, I think. I hit my 5-year anniversary. And look at this. Oh, let's see if we can even see it. I don't know. Kind of reflecting, I guess. Let's try it over here where it's Nope. Maybe if I do this. Nope, that doesn't help. Okay. Well, I did post pictures. It's hard to do that with glass. Or that's what it feels like. It's very heavy. But um, it says Goldylocks Productions at my name. The Transformational Soul, December 10th, 2025. That was for my 5 years. That was when I started, was in 2020. So that's pretty exciting. So over the break, I did some readings, and someone asked me if I had tarot cards. And I said, well, no, I'm not a tarot card reader. However, I do have some tarot cards. So I pulled them out for the reading, and the messages were great. Now, some reading, some information, you get just from the cards, but I've got the book, so we can go a little further. Jan says children are coming out to greet them and making them signs. It's very sweet. So nice they chose our country. Yeah, it is. It's really pretty cool. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that heard about that. So I'm going to be using Archangel Power Tarot cards. Now, cups, wands, whatever stuff like that. Okay, I know nothing about that. I've never studied tarot, but the cards are really nice, and they've got great messages. And I did pull one before the show, and let's just see what it says. It's the 3 of Gabriel. 3 is a wonderful number. And it says, prosperity arising from wise planning, time to take the next step, optimistic plan that turns out as expected. Now, if we think in terms of the coming year, I think that sounds like a really great message. Let's see if there's any more additional information in the book. I generally don't like to use the book, but since they're tarot cards, I'm going to. Oh, here we go. Look at this. This is perfect. It says you've made some good choices, and now your ship is coming in, which, the choices we made in 2025, now they're coming to fruition in 2026. As you wait for it to dock, it's an excellent time to consider your next steps. Long-term planning is a good idea. What is your next adventure? What actions are required in order to make that endeavor a reality? The work you've done so far will yield fantastic results, so there's no need to worry. If it takes a little while for you to get a return on your financial or an energetic investment, just have patience. So that's pretty cool. So I do like these. I've never used them until, I don't think so anyways, until last week. Hi, Pooja. So I'm going to tell you who I have written down here that I'm going to give a message to. If I don't say your name, please let me know. If you're here and I don't say your name. Okay, Jan, Patty, Laura, Richard, Carol Ann, Dottie, Linnell, Robin, and Pooja. If I missed anyone, Samir. Hello, Samir. Then please let me know. Okay. So we'll try these and see how it goes. So Jan, you are up first. And thank you again for your donation. Okay, your card is the 6 of Michael. And it says, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. Okay. Relocation or travel. Might we be thinking about relocating, Jan? What do you know about that? Okay, let's see. Let's see what the book has to say here. thing I don't like about the book is just trying to find the right page. I should just 6. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Okay. And it says, you're on your way to happier times. I love that. The situation that had you feeling stressed and worried is now behind you. A new day is dawning with sunny skies on the horizon. Embrace the changes and leave the past behind. You can now breathe a sigh of relief and begin to make new plans. Don't be afraid to ask for help in implementing the changes that you desire. Wow. This is your year. This is additional meanings of this card. Seeing things objectively, becoming more positive, relocation, and travel. And I know that you are planning on relocating this year. So, everything is confirming that and validating that for you. So don't have any doubts that it's, might not be the right decision. Know that it is, and know that it's going to help you to, I don't necessarily want to say be happier, because happiness is a choice that we can make every day. And we can be happy no matter where we are. We might not like our circumstances, but we can still be happy. Jan says, there it is. Thank you, Ruth. You're welcome. You're welcome. And the other card I got for you, Jan, was the Queen of Ariel. And it says, nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. And we'll just look and see what the Queen of Ariel has to say. Once we find Ariel. You would think maybe they could put that in alphabetical order. What did I say? The Queen of Ariel. Goodness. 10. Okay, here we go. The Queen of Ariel. Okay. Nurture yourself and those you love. There is a need for quality time with the people you care about the most. Practical and wise advice should be freely offered or accepted. You may see the truth clearly when those around you don't. You excel at taking care of others, but don't forget to take care of yourself. You have the gift of being able to make anything more beautiful. How nice. And I think you do forget, or, I don't really want to say neglect, but I think you forget about putting yourself first and taking care of yourself first. And now is that time in your life when you have a good opportunity to do that. So that's what you need to do, Jan. I'm very excited about the new move. Okay, Patty. You got number 11, which, I have seen that number a lot lately, especially like with 3 or 4, like 111 or 1111. And this is the Strength card. This card is beautiful. It's got a beautiful lion with an angel. And this is Archangel Ariel. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, forgiveness. And let's see what we have. Number 11. Number 11. Okay, page 40. Pretty soon I'm going to be here with a magnifying glass. Won't that be funny? Okay. It says, you have great strength and compassion. We know that. The kindness and understanding that you give to others are a blessed gift. However, it's equally important to show gentleness toward yourself. You may see aspects within you that cause you worry or impatience, but every person is a child of God. It is by balancing all aspects of yourself with love and mercy that you learn to exhibit those same qualities to people around you. You are far stronger than you may believe. The situation you find yourself in requires a very soft and sensitive approach. Archangel Ariel can help you stay strong in the face of any challenge. And I do feel like you are very strong and that you don't realize it and that you don't focus enough on yourself, taking really good care of yourself. Now, I feel like that's something that you've been moving into, that you didn't used to take very good care of yourself or focus much on yourself. But I feel like you are doing that more and more now. Just make sure that you take some of that, just that me time. Where you don't have to really do anything. Just sit there and be. Meditate. Take a hot bath and just relax. Whatever, makes you feel good. Okay, so now we have Laura. And Laura, I have a message for you. This one's from me. I apologize that I missed your show yesterday. Oh my goodness. I didn't see it on my phone until like 2 hours after your show. And I thought, how on earth could I have missed it? All day yesterday, I was thinking it was Monday because the kids went back to school yesterday. Some of the family was on vacation and they went back to work. So it had me thinking it was Monday all day and it didn't even dawn on me. So I apologize. But I'm going to go and watch it tonight, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, I could have just kicked myself in the butt when I saw that. I do not like to miss your show. Okay, but like I was telling Tiffany, on the bright side, we did get to hear you today in your interview with Marsha, which I have to say, I learned a lot of stuff about you that I didn't know. So it was really awesome. So your card is the 5 of Raphael. Hello, Maureen. Let me write you down. And it says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunity for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Oh, I like that. And that is the 5 of Raphael. See where we can find Raphael. And I know sometimes we really have to remind ourselves how everything happens for a reason, and it happens just the way it's supposed to, because it's hard to fathom that sometimes. It's all in divine timing. Everything happens for a reason. You may currently be focused on a loss, but when this card is drawn, there is something positive waiting for you. Things may not have turned out the way you expected, but now's the time to trust that the universe has something better in store for you. Regret simply does not serve you now. Embrace changes as the guiding hand of your angels sending you in a new direction with your long-term happiness in mind. So, whatever, we have to remind ourselves of this. And I know we've talked about this many times, you and me, about writing. And, sometimes it just doesn't work out. No matter what we have in our head of this is what I want to accomplish, it doesn't always work that way. So just be patient with yourself at whatever it is that you're doing that, maybe you feel is taking too long, or, whatever you may be feeling frustrated about. And I have to say, a good takeaway I got from you today, from your interview, it's something I'm going to start doing. when you're talking about how you do something like different every day and how your schedule is so crazy. And you said you're going to actually, like, you need to make out a schedule. That's what I'm going to do. It hit me today. That, I think, would really help keep me motivated, keep me focused on doing what I'm supposed to be doing when I need to be doing it. So thank you for that. That was extremely helpful. Okay, we got Richard. Richard. King of Raphael. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Look at you there, Richard. Look at you. King of Raphael. Oh, good. We're already in Raphael, so we don't have too far to go. And it says, yes, it is safe to trust. You have the ability to accomplish great things at this time. Indulge any longing you may have to create art or music. Lend a hand to those around you who need assistance. Expect to meet someone you can really trust who is driven by the heart. Wise and heartfelt advice really makes a difference. you know, I'm going to say you've probably experienced this before because everyone I know has experienced this before. I guess the way we would refer to it is trusting the wrong person, or someone violates your trust in some way. But there's a lesson in that for us, right? There's absolutely always a lesson. So know that it's okay to trust people. I can remember, like, when I was growing up, I must have been like the strangest kid because I thought everybody's life was like mine. I thought, like, we were taught, to be honest, to be kind to people, and all of that stuff, to have compassion for others, to put other people first, and think about their feelings over your own, which I'm not going to say that I necessarily agree with that. But anyways, I always thought that's how everybody was until, I became an adult and experienced people outside of my family and friends. Not everyone is nice. Not everyone is trustworthy. So we just have to use our discernment on the people that we trust. But know that it's okay to do that. It's safe to do that, Richard. So don't be fearful or apprehensive. And it looks like some new people are coming into your life. So that's always exciting too. Carol Ann. Oh, Carol Ann, you got the 4 of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Raphael's hitting them all here now. Let's see. 4 of Raphael. Life can be very magical. You just have to be observant and pay attention. It says there are additional options available to you. Your situation may seem to you to be limited or not what you hoped for, but there is more here than meets the eye. Opportunities are presenting themselves, but your focus is too narrow, so you aren't seeing them. Open your eyes to all the possibilities. Life may seem to be lacking magic and excitement, but there is a great shot here at enlightenment. Spend time in meditation, Carol Ann, with the knowledge that any disillusionment you feel is meant to urge you into self-reflection, leading to a happier life. So, don't feel like anything is limiting you, because it really isn't. The only thing that ever limits us is our mind. Sometimes, yes, I had someone one time, I had posted a comment about something like that, and she came back at me about somebody being kidnapped and, how could you find any happiness in a situation like that? And feeling limited, right away what I thought of was someone, in a wheelchair. Maybe they've had surgery, maybe they've been in that chair all their life, but it doesn't necessarily limit what you can do, but maybe how you can do it. So, if you find yourself, if you find that you're limiting yourself, look at other possibilities. Look at it from different angles, and you will find the answer that you need. Linnell. Oh no, Dottie. I got Dottie. Dottie. You got the Four of Michael. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress. Seek relief from stress. Stress is so bad for our bodies. It's so bad for our bodies. So we have to try to de-stress ourselves, because a lot of times, things that come up during the day, sometimes we might react poorly to things, and that causes us a lot of stress. It says it's time to take a break. The situation you find yourself in will not benefit from more action on your part at this moment. Step back, let it go. It would probably be best not to even think about it for a little while. Resist the urge to challenge those who disagree with you. The key to a successful solution is likely to arise from meditation or the unexpected epiphanies that come while on quiet walks. That's the word I was looking for. It's that epiphany, that light bulb moment when we're kind of distracting our mind a little bit, like taking a walk or relaxing in the bathtub, or even just like listening to some music. I think it kind of relaxes our brain a little bit, and that's when all these things can pop in there, and we can have these epiphanies. So, look for that. Pay attention to that and be aware of that. So I hope that resonates with you, Dottie. Shh, Maggie, you're really being annoying tonight. Yeah. It's going to be the year of the horse, not the dog. Linnell. Oh, you got the strength card too. That came up twice now. And if you notice, a lot of cards have come up about taking better care of ourselves. And it says strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. It's the number 11, and it's all about strength. And I feel, Linnell, like you are a very strong person. And I feel like you know what you want. I feel like sometimes you might... I don't really want to say the word shy, but I feel like sometimes you can be a little, well, even quiet. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. You're welcome, Carol Ann. Maybe subdued. Maybe you don't always speak the things that you want to say. Or maybe sometimes you should think about them in your head before they come out. I know I used to have that issue too. And it would sound one way in my head, and then, when it came out, it was like, oh, that's not what I was thinking. So then I started to wear, like, I'll never say anything if I'm angry at someone, because, we say too much and things that we don't even mean. But I feel like sometimes there's things that you want to say that maybe you're not sure that the other person will be welcoming of that. So don't worry about that. It's not up to you what they hear, only what you say. So say what you need to say. Okay, Robin. You got the 3 of Raphael. Reasons to celebrate. A community of friends. Happy announcements regarding relationships or children. You got some mermaids looking things there. Recluse. That's a good word. Dottie says, Ruth, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so welcome, Dottie. You're welcome, Carol-Ann. Maureen says, I love and appreciate all of you here. You all here. Grateful to be a part of this soul tribe. Well, we are so grateful to have you here, Maureen. Okay, so the three of Raphael. Robin. There's a great reason to celebrate. Your hopes are realized in a time of public recognition or parties is at hand. If you're working too hard, then find some time to have fun, relax, or take a vacation. Experience and acknowledge the people in your life who love and support you. Take time to experience the joy and peace that comes from a community of uplifting friends. I think that we are part of that community of uplifting friends, all of us. We uplift each other all the time. Laura says, I still think your dog needs its own show. She can be a guest on mine. Yeah, she'd probably love that. So I hope that resonates with you, Robin. Pooja. Pooja, you got the Ace of Michael. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Okay, Michael. Okay, here we go. Michael. And it says, Pooja, you've come up with a wonderful new idea. Insight that had previously eluded you shines upon a situation or problem. Now the way forward is clear to you and you move full steam ahead. There is an opportunity here to do things in an entirely new way. Give attention to the details in your plan of action, but also keep an eye on the big picture. There could be a bumpy start, but don't let that deter you from continuing to move forward. And this is our year to move forward with a lot of momentum. And it's going to give us a lot of freedom. So whatever it is that you are working on, it's time for you too. New opportunities are presenting themselves. Dottie says, while seated at the airport waiting on a delayed flight, a soccer dad looked over at me and said, so when did you lose yourself? Huh? Wow, I said. He replied, he told me, whatever happened, let it go. Life is short. I want you to be happy, and we will never have this moment here again. Wow. That gave me some goosebumps. That is so amazing. What a great experience. Wow. And just think if he wouldn't have said that. Because, but, he did. He felt, the urge to do that, and he did. And, that blessed him as well as it did you. Okay, we have Samir. 10 of Raphael. And thank you for sharing that, Dottie. Love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Samir, things are going good. They are looking up. What did I say? The 10 of Raphael. Okay. And it says, love and blessings fill your life. This is a beautiful moment where it seems as though you have it all. Your family is loving and happy. You may still work hard, but there is a feeling of satisfaction and peace when you come home. Your relationships with your children or other family members are peaceful and harmonious. Relationships can be a lot of work, but they're worth it. Your hopes and dreams are within reach. It's a beautiful home life you're seeking. If it's a beautiful home life you're seeking, you're on the right path. And what struck me with that is, yes, relationships are hard, no matter what kind of a relationship or what the age of the person is. It doesn't matter. Relationships can be work. But I do feel like you are pretty content with your life, I should say. Content. So that's awesome. And, focus more, if you don't already, more on that family aspect of your life. Dottie says, thank you, Ruth. That was beautiful. You are welcome. Or Patty says, I'm sorry. You are welcome. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. Oh, oops, look at that. I don't know how to scroll anymore. I guess I forgot. Thank you, Ruth. Robin said, I'm going to celebrate my daughter's birthday. I should make every day a celebration. Yes. I'm so grateful to be part of this Goldylocks family. I love you. I love you too. And you're welcome, Pooja. And happy birthday to your daughter, Robin. I would have known. I would have, mentioned it earlier. And now we have Maureen. Maureen. You got the 5 of Michael. Okay, and it says, this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So, I'll tell you, that was one of the first things I learned in Reiki was, you send them the energy and release any thoughts or ideas of an outcome. You don't say, this Reiki is for blah, 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 blah. You just send them Reiki because the Reiki is very intelligent and it goes where it needs to go. And you don't have to worry about that. So we don't want to be attached to the outcome. This situation doesn't serve you. Stop and reconsider if the actions you're planning are worth your time and energy. You may very well win the day, but there's a strong possibility that there won't be much to celebrate in the end. Ask your angels if there are other, more uplifting paths you might follow. There's a lot of negative energy coming from the people involved in this situation that doesn't match your vibration. Archangel Michael can help you vacuum away all that negativity. Consider releasing your attachment to the outcome as it's too draining. Make more optimistic plans, even if things didn't turn out the way you'd hoped. Value what you've learned and try again with improved information. Now, we don't have to have an attachment to the outcome, but we can, let our intention be for the best and highest good of all involved. Or if you're doing like Reiki on someone, for their best and highest good. And that's where it will go. So release your attachment to the outcome, Maureen. And last, but certainly not least, I have a card for Tiffany. It's the 9 of Michael. The 9 of Michael. Your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Okay. That's the 9. Oh, look at that. The 9 of Michael. And that says, your worry is unnecessary. The worst case scenarios you're playing over and over in your mind are unlikely to come true. Free yourself from this form of self-punishment by turning to the power of positive thinking. Okay, I can't even wrap my head around this. Release all feelings of regret, guilt, or anxiety to your angels. Consider speaking to a trusted friend who can help you find an objective point of view. Additional meanings of this card: darkest before the dawn, questioning past choices, and stress. Now, I don't know. A lot of stuff has been coming up. You're very welcome, Maureen. A lot of stuff has been coming up for me like things from the past, like, choices that I made. And I wonder what would have happened if I would have made this other choice, and would I be exactly where I am now? Um, I mean, we could drive ourselves crazy with stuff like that. But maybe you've been reflecting a little bit lately, and stuff like that, because that will bring up a lot of stuff when we do that. So I hope that card has meaning for you, Tiffany. And we are out of time. Thank you all so much. Oh, that is perfect, actually, Ruth. Been feeling guilty or wondering if I made the right choice with my pup that transitioned to me. Wow. Wow, huh? Isn't that something? You did, but you did. And it's funny how we'll question that all the time, right? Question our choices and decisions, even though in our intuition, we know that we made the right choice. But I want to thank everyone for being here. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I will see you all back next Wednesday, when it will be my 250th show. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. So I will be here next week, and I hope you will join me. I love you all. Have a great week, everybody. Good night.